What's up, familia? Welcome back to the Vital Check Show with your host, Dr. Joe.
And DJ Critical.
And here on episode 7, we have some amazing guests near and dear to our heart. We're going to allow them to introduce themselves.
Starting with the lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ladies first.
My name is Shakira.
Esquire.
I'm an attorney.
Oh, that's lit.
Currently focusing on career development and professional development for attorneys. I did not prepare an introduction. I am a long-time listener, first-time caller. And yeah, just excited to talk to you guys. I'm a new mom, which I think will be relevant later. Booker.
What's going on, Booker? I'm Dr. Joe's baby daddy.
Good intro.
Oh, my.
You know what I mean?
I wasn't expecting that one.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just here.
Why are you speaking so
voice. I
lusty?
know.
Is it because your husband is here?
I got it.
I listen to the podcast. This is a lost voice.
I've never heard this lusty voice.
I promise you it's the headphones.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like I hear myself now.
Whatever makes you sleep good at night.
It's not my daughter, I'll tell you that. But
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty much it. I'm just here.
That's good. You're doing a good job.
You know what I'm saying? I do what I
Being her
can.
baby daddy.
Yeah,
16 years strong.
Yeah. We've been married going on 6 years, so.
Y'all relationship almost in college.
Yeah.
Damn.
About to graduate high school.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's all I got for you.
All right, good.
That's good.
All right, so we actually drove straight from DC to here. We were celebrating so many milestones the past couple weeks. Yesterday we celebrated, we all know her, my cousin Tiffany. And
Tiff, congratulations.
her husband, Ernest. It was a beautiful nuptials. So kudos into starting that new chapter. Also, my brother would be upset if I didn't mention him turning the big 28.
He's only 28.
He's old.
I feel like I've seen him for I feel like he's gonna be like 30 at least.
No, he's I think he's still old at 28. But anyways, he brought it in, as the rich person he is in Cabo, Mexico.
He's doing well.
He's doing very well for himself.
He's doing pretty good.
So my brother turned the big 28, and then cousin Jessica out in Gainesville, Florida, opened a food joint called Domini Sol.
It's like Dominican soul food?
That's right.
Oh, that's lit.
So her husband actually briefly grew up in Brooklyn, so he's bringing chopped cheese to Florida, and apparently it's a big hit.
Dominican chopped cheese.
But then you put in the empanada too.
So it's like
it's a fusion.
They have that at Empanada Mama.
Oh.
It's like a cheeseburger empanada.
Okay.
It's good.
I think we've been there once.
Empanada Mama?
Mm-hmm.
Once.
Oh,
I mean, y'all don't be going to the club, so y'all don't really experience Empanada Mama like
Forgive
4:30,
me.
5 a.m.
Our boring married life.
Yeah. It's the life of a DJ.
Must be nice. I mean, actually, it feels tiring, to be honest.
It has its perks.
I'm sure it does.
Tiring, yeah, it can be,
Different work hours.
Yes, late shifts.
Yeah.
Early mornings.
Yeah, it must be hard.
I mean, I got used to it, 14 years in the game.
We're a veteran out here.
Yeah, I'm doing my thing.
All right. So, so we just celebrating a lot of life milestones. So kudos to everyone. And please, if you're a listener and you want us to shout you out, make sure you submit a segment for the Humble Brag.
Humble Brags.
Yeah.
Did you do your Humble Brag for this week? No, that's not the Humble Brag.
That's the random acts of kindness.
So what are we doing for Humble Brag this week?
We just said it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm wilding.
Dominican soul.
He's in love, guys. I think he's...
What, Dominican soul food? She's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going to be our critically single tales?
So, this episode, we are going to briefly speak about dating friends. Like, say you date someone, as he sips his water. Say you date someone and then, for whatever reason, it doesn't work out. And then you meet their friend. And y'all have chemistry and y'all kick it off. is there like rules of engagement of you dating that friend, that new friend? It's like a guy code, girl code thing. Like how does that work?
I think there's degrees of friendships, right?
Okay.
If
That's
it's
a
in
start.
a friend of an acquaintance, or is this your homie, right, from elementary school? And you
And degrees
date.
of talking.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
Like,
here.
how far have we gotten in talking? Did we exchange numbers and a couple texts?
All right, but do you like
What's the time between?
like all right? So how
That's important,
do you
too.
initiate like start it off like oh like I'm not gonna talk to her because she's a friend, or he or she is a friend of the person that I was once previously talking
Entangled
to.
with?
Right, entangled.
I feel like it depends on the degree of
It
the
depends on the
entanglement.
okay.
Like, if we went on a couple, say, all right, let's break it down. We went on a couple dates.
Yeah.
We kissed twice a year ago, and I see your friend.
Oh,
Before I engage with you, am I gonna hit them up? No. I feel like let's see what the vibe is here.
Right.
If we had a full blown, like, we dated for months, we were like
In a relationship.
intimate.
Oh, like sex.
Situationship, because y'all men don't like relationships,
I
but
love
you're in a
relationships.
situationship.
The big y'all.
that's crazy.
I
A
love
because
relationships.
you're like, she wasn't my girl. Meanwhile, wasn't she? Look like a duck and quack like a duck. You just called it a chair, but that's
It's a duck.
So I feel like it depends. If you feel like you're hiding something, then you probably should reach out to the person. It depends on.
But
the
one day
feeling.
you and this person just have like this magical spark. Like, why should you dating somebody previously just hinder you from love?
Love.
Well,
Love.
I mean, I think it's the other way, right? Do you want to preserve that relationship we have with a friend, right? How
Well,
deep is
on,
this
It's on
friendship?
both sides. Like,
I also feel like you're hindering yourself from lust. So you just met this person, you love them.
at first sight, yes.
Oh my gosh! And this explains why
Yeah,
we're
if
critically
that's
single.
the case, then go for it.
Yeah, like
I say
if
jump
it's,
in.
If it's
Just
love,
do it. Just
Just
live
jump
life.
in. Just-
but
yeah.
YOLO.
it's probably
Yeah.
lust. But
Yeah, listen.
I mean, that's another four-letter L word. I mean, it's similar.
So
I mean, I don't think
do
it's
you care about-
interchangeable.
Do you care about your relationship with the previous one that you was talking to?
are y'all friends?
Not you directly.
Yeah, not me.
I'm just saying
Hypothetically.
Because if you don't, then what does it matter? It's her friend,
Right.
right? So it's like
Oh,
that's,
so I guess
that's
that-
the situation that she has to deal with.
Right.
Right. She should.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, this is a little intense.
I know.
No, I'm just.
Not-
So you're saying that you, as the man in this situation,
Well, for both, like, do girls feel like, oh, I dated a guy, no, none of my friends can ever talk to this guy ever?
no, definitely not.
No.
Like never. It also, I feel like there's a lot of factors. Where is former girl now? Is she married? Maybe
That's
she's just
true.
like, I don't care.
There's a lot of
Like,
variables, right?
Yeah,
It
like,
depends.
I
It's
don't
all
care what you do
situational.
with that man.
You
Very
can't just make a
situational.
general consensus that
Yes.
will apply to every situation.
Let me ask you a
Right.
question.
Go.
All right, they're still friends. So let's say, all right, you're talking to friend number 2 at this point, and now you guys all link up for whatever reason. Is it gonna be awkward?
For Jason?
For both,
For critical?
everyone.
Yeah, for critical.
No.
Okay.
Is that because you don't care?
I found love
Okay.
in a happy place.
Then it doesn't matter. And I, then
Yeah, I mean, if you don't feel awkward and your love friend 2 doesn't feel awkward,
But then doesn't
No love is
well,
lost.
all right. So wonder if friend A, feels a way about it. Then that's just gonna like, be a temperamental situation between those two friends.
yeah, because
I
I,
mean,
feel
he's gotta
like
deal with
it.
if you either don't talk to your friend or you talk to her and decide you don't care, and you still move on with this relationship,
tricky.
you've decided that you care more about this relationship than the friendship.
That's true.
Because that's really the decision.
Have you guys ever been in a situation like this where you dated friends?
And they knew about it?
why'd you look that way?
First of all, I was all a
I have
teenager.
never been in a situation where I dated friends and all the people involved were aware of the situation.
We're aware of the situation.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I guess the decision, and again, I'm using the word date very loosely also. I feel like it was, by the by.
Mm.
Things happen.
Yeah, I feel like it's just situation. Like, we can't.
And I also feel like it's different for men, because for me as the woman in the situation, it's not even the bro code. I don't trust men. Like, if I talk to you and your friend is like suddenly like, oh, I'm like, nah, you're not gonna smut me out. Like, you must have lost your damn mind. Whereas women, you know, if you really care about this person, I feel like more women are more genuine with their feelings than men tend to be. Some men will pretend to have feelings for you for a purpose, an end result. So that's why I personally am like, I'm not doing this. You know?
All right, last scenario. Say you were with somebody for like 2 years, 3 years, something, right? And then
nope.
And then
I would just like to let the audience know that everyone's eyes are wide right now.
And then you're no longer with this person. Y'all break up. Several years down the line, a friend of yours happened to want to date this person that you were with, and he asks you for permission, and you was like, I don't care, like, do what you want, because you're not dating me, you're dating her. Like, she has the ultimate decision on whether or not she wants to pursue a relationship with you or anything with you. Do you feel like that is a valid answer, or should person A say no off rip because he was with that person?
I think it's respectable that he even approached you about it.
Right.
But if that chapter is closed for you and it doesn't bother you to turn the page back, then
I feel like the woman may or may not have reservations and feel like, being that she was in the relationship with the person, he should not give permission to any of his friends.
But permission, permission.
Like,
I don't need
that
permission.
means she still has feelings.
I know. I mean, it happens though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, gosh. It's critical you talk about.
Yeah, you know, once you pop, you can't stop.
Oh, well, all right, Pringles. Put that cap on.
Hey, that's not on you. I feel like most people are gonna be like, yo, do what you want. Even if what you gotta worry about, the person may not mean it. They may be like, yeah, go ahead, do whatever you want,
and then still feel away about
be upset.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I tell someone to do whatever they want, it's up to you. Like, if you, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not in these situations. I was just like, I was reading a book and it was in the book, so I was like, let me just bring it to
must be that Instagram book.
The yeah. So yeah, that was on my mind. So
Okay.
I'm still single, guys. So you know, I'm working through it.
Yeah. We're working through the sinking fund. How much money have you put in it already?
I mentally put about like $400 in my new date fund.
Has it transferred physically?
How many dates is that? That's
one.
One? What do you mean?
One date is $400.
You don't know me, Shakira.
DJ Critical Experience is a $400 date. That's
It can be. It can be. It gets. It's pretty pricey.
You're playing a
sometimes.
dangerous game, because next chick you take for pizza, she gonna be
She wants caviar.
upset.
Yeah.
She's going to wonder.
Yeah, because I'll be wanting to go like to Paris and stuff like that. You know. So
Okay.
That's not a date.
why not?
But no.
Critical has taken women all around the world.
But I wouldn't.
We're not gonna get into the former
Would you consider that a
years.
date though?
That's a vacation.
That's a.
He has gone places with people that I feel like it is just a date. For him.
It's a
budding.
day
It's an
date.
experience.
It's a budding
That's
relationship.
what I said last. It is an experience. You listen to the last pod. Of course. You did.
Come on, you already know.
It's an experience. It's an experience. And it comes in different variations, you know.
So where can we read the reviews for your experiences?
I'm gonna take a suggestion box.
Okay.
And just
we gotta put you on Yelp or
a lot of people
something.
to make reviews, I guess.
Once upon a time. Now I'm refined.
I don't know.
He's a changed man.
Yeah, you know. I'm working on me. And I'm taking the advice from the guests and my lovely co-host on how to properly have an efficient dating life.
Efficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Efficient and intentional. That's the key word.
Keyword.
That is the
That is
keyword.
Mhm, I'm learning.
That's good.
Yeah, because we really hashed out this impact versus intent.
Impact versus intent.
That I think Critical is annoyed with already.
No, it's working. It's seeping through.
I'm
I see.
happy for you.
Thank you. I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for me too.
All right. So talking about being intentional. So Mother's Day is fastly approaching us.
It is.
And although you are not a father, you are surrounded by parents here.
I'm a sneaker dad.
Oh, that's right. We did say that. That is a very expensive
As a man, how does it feel to know that you could have children and just not know? Because, like, there's no way
Who,
I
me?
could have... yeah.
First of all, I wrap it up all the time.
Yeah, condoms are like 99% effective. So for every 100 times you have sex...
Yeah, I don't think I've had sex 100 times.
You've... Okay, sure. Yeah. These are the games. This is the reality we'll live in.
Yep. I'm a sneaker dad.
I don't think I've had sex 100 times.
Oh man.
So,
Disclaimer, Mother's Day is coming. Unfortunately, I will not be around my mother for Mother's Day, and I
Where
feel
will you be?
horrible about it.
what country or destination will you be?
I'm gonna be in DC for Broccoli Fest.
Why
Oh,
would they
okay.
put that for Mother's Day? That's
I don't know,
so
but
rude to
Thames
the
is gonna be there,
mothers.
and that
Is
was
it
Broccoli
wait
Fest, it was
broccoli?
Take your mom.
Fest?
Like
No.
the vegetable?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not even a real vegetable. You know that it's like laboratory made.
Yeah, so it's cauliflower.
Yo, I had the discussion the
it's-
other day.
So it's
came
like
out in the 70s.
So it's like carrots.
Oh, I knew. I'm the one that brought it up to the people who didn't know.
I didn't know
Smart.
that.
Like how vegetables are coming out like sneakers. That don't make no sense.
I just
Yeah,
told them
they just
Google
put
it
it
and
in
walked out.
a petri and just dropped the mic.
Get out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So stop giving Val broccoli.
I think cauliflower
Don't
is like
worry,
the
she will
politely
newest
decline.
vegetable.
What?
Cauliflower is like the newest vegetable.
Oh, I
on
love
the
it.
streets.
Cauliflower pizza, cauliflower mash.
Cauliflower fake. That's what it is.
We're digressing.
But yeah.
So yeah, so you're not gonna spend Mother's Day.
I'm just gonna give her something like before I leave.
What are you gonna
like
give
what?
her?
I'm like a bag, pay some. I don't know. Do something nice.
Is the bag
Flowers?
gonna bring her joy?
Yes.
you
Enough
sure?
joy that makes up for your absence.
Exactly.
What is your
Yes.
sister gonna do? You put a lot of pressure
Wait,
on her.
you're worth a bag?
I'm worth a bag. No,
You
it
should
just
be-
it just softens up me not being there. It's like, oh, he's not here, but this is a really nice bag.
What kind of bags does she like?
Probably like a Louis or something like that.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait,
It's my mom.
don't we feel? I feel like holidays are overrated.
All of
Like
them?
Mother's Day.
Most of them, Mother's Day, and Father, all of them
Or
don't have to be.
overrated?
Don't have.
Oh yeah, I celebrate my mother every day.
They don't have to be celebrated on Mother's Day, but not
No.
even that. I feel like that.
Point
people
well
say that
taken.
like
I
that's
celebrated
mad
my mother
cliche,
today.
But like, huh?
I celebrated my mom today.
When people
Well, you
say
took her
that,
to
it
brunch?
reminds me of what Nick
No,
Cannon
I
said
took
when
a
he
lovely
explained why he
young
got
lady
so
to
much
brunch.
kids.
Wait, say that again.
When people say holidays are overrated, it reminds me of when Nick Cannon explains why he has all those kids. It just sounds like something people say to do
No.
bad stuff. That's
No,
just me.
No,
That's just
I
me.
feel like no. I feel like
I feel like that about Valentine's Day
Oh,
I don't even really
100%.
celebrate Valentine's
because I
Day.
spread love daily.
It's the Brooklyn way.
That is the Brooklyn way.
Oh Lord.
So,
Did you finish your thought, Mr. Booker?
I did not.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that I feel as if even though you're not gonna be there for your moms, it's cool. She still loves you.
Yes.
You could celebrate her another day, several
When I come back
days.
Monday. Yep. the
Boom.
9th.
And then no love lost. She still knows you're the greatest son to
The
her.
greatest.
To her.
To her. Yes.
Yeah. Keep
I'm
it
her
relative.
only son.
Oh, you see? There you go.
I mean, I have other siblings, so it's not hers.
Right.
Obviously.
So, forget them.
No, don't forget that.
Yeah, I'm like,
Those are my brothers
You
and
like,
sisters.
yeah.
Yikes! Yikes!
I mean, it
so,
happens.
anyways,
Yeah.
so there was an Instagram post that I shared to all my mom friends of things I want for Mother's Day. Number 1, federally paid maternity leave.
I want that too.
Number 2, pelvic floor therapy covered by insurance.
Said everyone? Say that
Pelvic
again?
floor
pelvic
therapy.
floor therapy.
Pelvic
okay.
floor therapy.
That's
Do you-
like thrusting, like that's like post having the baby.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
Okay.
Yes,
Pelvic
to
floor be
strengthen
all destroyed.
whatever the child's left weakened.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like after y'all have children and like y'all have like sex is like really painful.
It
No,
can be for
it-
some
it
people.
depends.
One person.
Because people is just like banging away at you like
Oh my gosh.
at your pelvic.
So we're gonna have to like check off the
Wait,
little
how
box
about-
for this episode.
The parental advisory.
Yes.
These kids need to know.
That's the first
Who do
thing
you
I
know
was-
that had kids that are just banging? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
I don't know,
I think
'cause she
he's
said
talking about
strengthening.
the-
I'm like, what? It's
The
weak.
act of sex,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
is,
'cause-
is the banging.
You know, you like,
Bang, bang, bang.
like some people is like, you know, extra like physical and like rough.
Huh.
It's yeah. Okay. So
No, because you said weaken. When you said weaken, I just thought of
It's
like,
more
oh,
so the act of labor, like the pushing
Yes.
part, and then, it's
it's like sore, tender.
Very. It's
and-
weak. It's weak.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
It's a muscle
That
that's
whole
been like
Exactly.
person come
stretched.
out of there.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
You know how big that head is? Of course y'all give birth.
Well,
Word.
that's another thing. Number 3, lactation consultants for all.
Amen.
Number 4,
It's like pumping,
it's
breastfeeding.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, ladies.
lactation consultant.
consultants.
So essentially, like, breastfeeding is wild hard.
It's not like the
and
TVs at all.
Yeah, it's very complicated. And when you have a baby, you're in the hospital, and someone, if you're lucky, someone will kind of come in and give you maybe
Some pointers.
Tips,
5
techniques.
to 10 minute like technique. So I'm like, whatever. But it's a really complicated process. There's a lot to do on both sides, like both with your breast and with the baby. So like the baby can have certain things that make it harder for them to latch. You have to think about your milk production and just like generally like how to, I'm sorry. And generally your body will naturally make milk, yes, but getting your supply up and all these things, it's like a whole thing.
I just drink mad water or something.
You do have to drink mad water.
Yes,
But
that's
there-
one
you also have
one
to
of the
eat
things.
Food, you
I
have
think
to
it's more to
sleep.
it than that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I figured that was like the main thing, though.
No,
I don't think it's the main thing.
don't get murdered
I don't
on this
even know if
podcast.
there's. I don't even know if there is a main thing. I feel like it's a lot of.
It's like just a combination of things that
Yes,
needs to be done.
the
Yes.
culmination of many,
but it's kind of like menopause,
variables.
you know. Like nobody really talks about what you have to do, and you're really expected to know a lot of stuff.
Wait, this thing to do during menopause?
I mean, I just find it interesting. When does menopause start? I don't even know. I'm a woman. I'm like,
Don't it start like at different times for different women?
yeah, but I feel like there has to be a range, like puberty. Like puberty
Yeah.
starts from like the average is probably like 13 to 15. There's people who start earlier, people who start later, but there's an average. I literally 40, 45,
That's when
50.
you stop having periods. That's when it stops.
I know,
Yeah.
but not everyone gets period regularly, so that's
That's
not
true.
even really a.
Oh damn. Okay, continue this list.
Number 4, changing tables in all gender bathrooms. That one,
I seen a changing table in a man's bathroom yesterday.
Where?
oh, so it's an all gender bathroom.
Where
What?
was I?
No.
I
It's a
was-
men's bathroom.
I was in like a lounge. Somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, it had a changing table
interesting.
in the men's room.
Wait, what do you mean because it has a changing table, it becomes all gender?
I just feel like I mean, that's
Like
true. I never
most-
gone into a men's bathroom, so I wouldn't know.
They're not in there.
Yeah.
It's usually like like the family one.
Right.
Yeah. I have.
They don't care about
we'll-
single dads.
We'll talk about that later. They don't, but I've learned some tricks. You know, I've perfected this.
Changing.
No, like bringing my daughter into the
Into a
bathroom.
women's room?
I can't go into the women's room.
Oh.
Into the men's room.
She almost threw a fit yesterday. She's like,
She can't go in the
she's
bathroom.
like, Daddy, I want girls' bathroom. Girls' bathroom. I'm like, Daddy can't go in there.
And she's like, well, I can't go here.
Yeah. She's like, I don't like boys. I'm like,
Good.
that's good
That's
for now.
good.
That's good. That's good.
Good start, Val.
Yeah, but then I'm like, bro, she almost threw herself on the floor. Then I was like, you better not.
Not ill.
Yeah, but it was all good.
Okay.
Crisis averted. Pulled out some tricks out my bag.
You're a great dad.
He is.
I do what I
Certainly
can.
is.
I do.
I want to be like you when I become a dad.
Maybe not, but we'll see.
All right. Number 5, to not set our careers back when we have a baby. And number 6 is affordable child care. And I have some stats for that because honestly, many women have to choose between working and child care, and it's wild. So in New York State, the average is $15,394. So that's $1,200 a month. And then for infants, and that's where the price tag goes up, it's $21,111.12. That's $1,760 a month.
Wait,
1760. A month.
$1,760. You can't even get a 1-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn anymore
For
that price.
infants?
For infants, and then for toddlers, it's $16,000, and it comes out about to $1,365. So $1,300 a month for toddlers. So let's get into it.
Mothers.
I think the biggest one for me is definitely number 5, about the careers. You spend so much of your youth kind of chasing these accolades and these checklists and these goals, right? And that goal is always a moving goalpost. But once you have a child, you have to reassess what those things mean to you.
Correct.
And sometimes, right, there was some post some time ago that we strive to be better than our parents financially, but what we should be striving to is to be better than them as a person. But I think as children of immigrant, we're kind of ingrained that we have to do better financially, right? So there's all these things that we do to improve ourselves, both career, financially, and other aspects. And, you know, that mom guilt comes in heavy, right? So there's nights that I just put her in front of a TV or a phone so I can finish a meeting or finish another application for another thing or plan an event, and it's terrible, right? She started having nightmares the other night because I was like, I give her the phone and I don't monitor what she's doing. And
why is there not like dad guilt?
And I think it exists, but it's less to an extent.
Sorry, Booker.
Nah,
because I think the pressure's more on the woman.
It's because when a mother is doing something, I feel like there's a lot of, oh, you shouldn't do this, or you should do this, or you're not doing this, or this isn't correct, da-da-da. Father?
From other mothers?
From the world.
Yeah.
But a lot from other mothers, yes.
It's money business.
Which
basically.
is, yeah. But for dad, it's like, oh my God.
Oh, yes.
Look at him change the diaper.
So involved.
Look at him hold his. I'm like, he is a parent in the same way I'm a parent. I feel like the response is just very different.
It
like
is.
for women, it's
and
a
like
lot
the responsibility in a whole is just like lopsided.
Not always, because I feel like,
well, for one, like men can't like breastfeed.
That's true. So there are things like, yes. So I calculated the amount of time that I spend breastfeeding or pumping, and it's like 6 to 8 hours a day.
That's a long time.
So that is like, that's a substantial portion of my day, in addition to, you know, caring for this child and attempting to exist and sleep and whatever. So yes, there is just a certain this equity of power of whatever, and there's certain things my husband just cannot do. Like, he cannot literally remove milk from his body. And, like,
Nope.
Although you can, technically, kind of.
Yo, back when I was
What?
like 12.
You was lactating?
Nah, I'm joking.
Can he?
Nah, when I was like
That's
12,
crazy.
something came out. I don't know what it
Wow.
was. No,
It does happen.
Wow. That's creepy.
But if you stimulate enough, you can.
But men get a lot of props. Like, my friend's husband, he says that people, like, more than one occasion, I think he's done 3 separate times, people have given him money, like $5-10, just because they see him pushing a stroller, and they're like,
What?
wait, I pushed
Yes.
That is
strollers
absurd.
a lot of days in my life.
But
Nobody
I just
ever
feel
gave
like
me
the
$1.
response, and even from women, is just like, oh my God, like, look at you. As opposed to, for women, the response is like, oh,
That's
of
what you
course,
should be
like, you
doing,
should be
right.
doing this,
Right.
and here, do it better, because you actually, like, should do this extra thing that you're not doing. So I feel like, and especially, like, so when I look at marriage, there was no both of my parents are still married, but there was no marriage that I looked at like, oh, I want a marriage like this.
Same.
And, like, no shade to them. Their marriage is fine. They're still married. They're happy. But it just, I didn't see that as something. But, like, my mom, I feel like my mom was, like, an amazing mom. Like, she was, like,
Very
everybody was
hands-on,
always
like,
at my house.
right,
She was
right.
always at school or whatever. She's cooking for everybody or whatever. So I feel like for me, I feel a lot of pressure because
The bar
I
is high.
want to be as amazing as my mother, but I also want to be myself.
Right.
And in terms of moms, like, there's certain moms that would be like, you need to go and get a massage, you need to get your nails done, you need to get your hair done, you need to take care of yourself. And then there are moms that would be like, you shouldn't go anywhere. Like, I only breastfeed my child, so I can't leave my child for more than 3 hours. Like, there are mothers who only breastfeed, so they can't be away from their child for literally more than 2 to 3 hours at a time because the child cannot eat without them.
I feel like there's like, say we all except for Booker are like West Indian, Caribbean, and they have like
He's by proxy.
they have like
Yo.
ideologies where like the mom is not supposed to have like an outside life like besides being a mother. So like if they see like their children like doing other things, they're like on them like, oh no, you should take your daughter, you can't run a marathon, you can't
Well, even
do
now-
a podcast, you can't do anything because you should be mothering. And that's like an old fashioned way of thinking.
And even like the pressure, like Shakira mentioned, right? Like, our mothers cooked, cleaned, maintained a 9 to 5, and raised us, and were able to give us some experiences. Right, I can't even survive just parenting. Period.
I'm
right?
tired.
I am tired. I am anxious. I'm like nervous all the time. Like, it's just like, how, Sway? How did they?
And I wonder if our mothers felt this, because there's a lot
They
of things
must
that I've
have.
realized that our parents
Unspoken.
just didn't talk about.
Right.
And
A
I'm
lot.
like so
Yeah.
much.
A lot, yeah.
And I'm like, were you experiencing this too? Because I'm not back at work yet. And I can't imagine adding a job to my life right now. Like, of course, we're going to have to get some form of childcare. But it's like adding a job to all of this, it doesn't feel possible. And then I'm worried because my son goes to sleep at like 8 o'clock. I would get home from work like 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I'm not even back at work yet. And I'm also just like, damn, I'm going to get home and he's going to be going to bed. And that's going to make me sad.
Yeah,
This is the first time I'm missing his bedtime to do.
Sorry.
we
No,
appreciate
fine.
you.
We really appreciate you.
I felt like I had to. I am also
You have to
starting
start
to
detaching,
force
yes.
myself
Yeah.
to
So
just
this helps.
because with the pandemic and everything, I feel like there's a point where I was just like in the house and just
Right.
only doing
Just staring
this.
at him.
Yeah, and I need to start,
Staring at it.
whatever, being myself
Transitioning.
again. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's hard.
Yeah,
I
I remember.
you feel bad.
I remember the first time I went out to eat dinner with my daughter.
You were just with your daughter?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was my little cousin, and we went to like a ramen shop. I was a hot mess. Like just trying to time it with the pumping, and then she exploded a humongous poop diaper. So I'm in the car trying to change a diaper while trying to go into the restaurant. You know how much time? And then I try to park as she's like wailing. I reversed hit a car mad. Like, I rocked the car.
And then you left? You
No.
left the scene?
Nah.
She stayed in the parking spot.
I stayed in the parking. I was too flustered.
Like a thug.
I'm not parking again.
Dr.
Yeah.
Joe's a thug. Yeah, I hit your car.
And
And
what?
Hey, yo,
What are you gonna do? What happened?
exactly. So then I had to put the car in park, do all these things. You know how much? An hour passed. I missed all of dinner. And I was like, you know what? F this. I'm just going back home. Like, it's terrifying. As a new mom and also as a mom of an infant to
How
just.
old was your daughter at this point?
I think Val was like 3 or 4 months.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where were you?
Probably working.
Yeah, he was at work.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I was working. She called me
And told you about this experience?
while it was happening. She
Oh.
called me.
Did you console her?
Always.
Yeah, I tried to, but there's not much I can do from many miles away. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So some other reasons for mom guilt. Definitely asking for help. Especially once that bar is set, and I don't think I've ever seen my mom ask for help. Right? It's just, and she made it very clear growing up, like, you are my priority.
Yes.
Everything else falls wayside.
Yes.
Your father, right?
My job.
Yeah. As if something happens to you, I'm leaving everything.
I think that's, I like that quality, like in regards to not necessarily picking your child over your spouse, but that's a discussion for another day. But,
Yeah, Andre has thoughts on that.
in regards to just understanding, like, the nucleus is more important than anything else going on around. So I think, like, I'm not to add to the mom guilt, but I would say, like, understanding where the priority is very important and could help you in making some decisions that you do make. You know what I'm saying? And this is just me talking to the world, but just
Not
just
to your
throwing out,
wife?
No,
Oh, okay, okay.
just throwing out some advice, because I feel like sometimes you could lose sight of, what's important when you want to tap into so many other things, or you want to, career, blah, blah, blah. You work a 9 to 5. For me, my work hours are my work hours. Once I leave, I'm
It's
done.
dad. Yeah.
I'm done. And I do end up still missing out on a lot of stuff, but I feel like if I make that understood, then everything else would kind of fall in line for the most part. So
I mean, I think I would like to challenge that. I think it's hard, right?
It depends on your job.
Yeah.
I feel like I work in the legal profession.
Mhm.
There's an expectation of your work just kind of feeding in beyond your work hours. And I know even when I was pregnant, I was on bed rest. And also pregnancy is trash. You're just exhausted and hormones and
Oh my
there's
gosh.
something inside you kicking your bladder. Like it's just like
Yeah.
a mess.
It is.
And it was hard for like I would be working, falling asleep, waking up, working, and it's hard because you feel bad. And I feel like people don't talk enough about the fact that it's trash. So you feel like you're looking or you've seen other pregnant people and it's like this person did it. Like like I do. This person worked until they gave birth. I need to
That was
do
me.
that. When it's like every pregnancy is different.
Very different.
Like I felt so my child didn't go in the nursery in the hospital because I was embarrassed to ask the mothers I knew if they put their child in the nursery and how it was.
100% I
Because
did.
I was expecting them to be like, you want to get rid of your child
Oh, yes.
immediately?
And you know, the
So-
nurses judged me.
Well, so what's
There
what's
was
the
one
al-
night they're like, "Can we please bring her in?" I'm like, "I'm so tired." I
What's
was
the
like, "Can you
alternative? She
please?"
just like your
keep her?
kid just stays with you.
Yeah, so they can either, so they have like a little
Bassinet.
bassinet like thing and it stays in
the room with you.
room. Or they can bring the child to the nursery. So if you're breastfeeding...
So what do they do in the nursery? They like just monitor the kid.
Yeah, they just kind of
Yeah.
keep the baby alive. But if you're breastfeeding, they'll bring the baby back to...
Right.
So they just be like
breast.
rolling the kid back and forth.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on the wheels, yeah. So they-
Why wouldn't you just keep him with you?
because they
Bro.
wake... First of all,
I can't wait.
First of all,
I can't wait.
Jason, what? Let me explain to you
This is-
something.
Oh,
I had a
Lord.
fast labor. I went into labor at 5 p.m. and I gave birth at 11:53, right?
Wow.
Some people be in labor for days. Labor
And
is
then pushing for hours.
And hours.
And then
And hours. And hours.
But it's
All right,
it's
R&B
like-
song.
It's like running a marathon,
One of your
and
prostitutes.
pushing is like running. You are tired.
So like you don't want to see your kid after you get born.
No, you want to sleep though.
Dang,
See,
talk
this-
about-
this is-
I'm just asking.
No, you do. You love this child, and
Right.
you know that's another thing. That's a whole other conversation about bonding and
Right.
blah blah blah. But yes, I love my baby. I was like,
So
oh my
who's
God, it's
watching
amazing.
like the nurses? Are you gonna put the care of your newborn child? in
First of
some-
all,
Hold on.
there's
Some random
pediatricians there also.
random
in
nurse?
healthcare professionals' hands?
Yes. First of all, they're measuring their weight. They're
Yes.
doing like the heel
Realistically,
sticks.
nurses are gonna be in and out of your room regardless.
Oh my
Constantly.
gosh, that's
So
another
it's
thing.
like
honestly a little
you're
bit
trying
easier.
to sleep, and they come in to check you, the mother, like your blood
vital,
pressure,
okay.
your temperature.
Right.
They push your stomach to make sure you're not
Yeah.
like hemorrhaging and like bleeding like crazy. Then they have to check the baby's everything, like temperature and all kinds of
Poopy
stuff.
diapers,
Yes, are they
wet
peeing? Are they
diapers.
Wow.
doing whatever? Are
That's a
they
lot.
eating enough or whatever? So literally, you're trying to sleep. The baby is also just like, where the I'm sorry, can I curse on this?
Yes, of course.
Like where the baby's also like, where the am I, bro? Like I was just, it's like chilling
And
In a
Yeah.
nice,
Yes.
warm, cozy,
mad warm. I came out, mad bright lights,
And it's cold.
Suddenly,
cold
I have
world.
to eat myself. Food doesn't even just go inside of me.
Yeah, I gotta, like open my mouth and stuff. What is
Exactly.
this?
So it's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's wild.
It is wild.
I feel like that now.
What?
What? Can you please elaborate?
Like I gotta like do stuff for myself and stuff.
Yeah, no matter.
You
it's
are
like
30
heavy.
plus years of age.
It's crazy. And
What
I'm
is.
still not used
are
to
you
it.
trying to figure out right
I like
now?
to be fed.
Spoon fed?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Like a little airplane.
Okay,
Like a little choo-choo train.
interesting.
Choo-choo train.
Maybe you could be like a task rabbit. You'll be like a toddler feeder.
What? Does that exist?
I don't
That
know, I
sounds like
should.
it'd get-
Well, he
become
likes to get
sexual.
fed. He doesn't like to feed.
Oh, I guess.
Well, actually, I don't know what you like. I'm sorry. All right.
I mean, I like to do a number of things.
Good.
Take a lot of
Lord
turns.
Jesus. So yeah, and definitely like I had a C-section and no one told me like the anesthesia was gonna make me itchy. So I'm literally
I
like
did not know that.
a little addict scratching every surface.
So it makes your whole body itchy?
My whole body was like
On fire?
on
Like just
it's just I literally have pictures there like dozing off with like Valentina here and I'm just like itching and just scratching. And apparently like I told my doctor friends like yeah that's what the anesthesia says. I'm like well I should have known that. But anyways, right, like so I'm exhausted and trying to do this whole gig. It's wild. I wish like I don't know.
So when does, if ever, does like the mom guilt kind of like,
Dissipate?
Yeah.
Never.
I don't know
think so.
anyone who's has. I don't even. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't even think my mother's mom guilt that doesn't exist. Because if I need my mom and she actually has something else to do,
Yeah.
I still think she feels bad if she can't.
Right.
So I don't even. I feel like it changes because you want your child to also be independent. So you want them to start doing their own things, but when doesn't your child need you? Like, they need you just for different things.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like a part of it is just, it's hard to say that you're struggling because you feel like you're failing. Like, sometimes, even like with, and I feel like I've been pretty blessed, but sometimes I have to like muscle up to be like, yo, I hate this. Joanne, this is trash. Like, does it get less trash? Because I feel like you're afraid that people are going to equate it to not loving your child.
Right.
Like you don't want to be around this baby you just had.
Yeah, basically what you just did is what the world does.
Like, yes,
that was a good example, right?
Yeah.
See, I knew that. I planned that.
Like, I love my child in a way that I did not even know that I could love.
Right.
Something. However, I miss myself.
Yeah.
I miss my freedom.
Yes.
I miss
Wow, this is incredible.
I miss not thinking about my breast in a day.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Like, it's like I was thinking the other day, like, there used to be days where I would get up, I have nowhere to go, and I would not think about my breasts. Like, we would just coexist.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't worry about me, and I didn't worry about them, and we was chilling.
Yeah.
Every day, I'm squishing them. I mean, they have to be like, yo, what's happening? I'm like, oh God, my breasts are mad full. Oh, like, am I making enough milk? Oh,
Yeah.
you know, like, it's.
And even when you try to forget them, they're tingling for you.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, hey,
Yeah.
3 hours we here.
Yeah, you go to sleep and they're like,
Yeah.
Hey, pump me.
get up,
I'm leaking.
take this milk
No,
out
for
of
real.
me.
And you're in a puddle of milk.
Yes,
this
this
is
is a puddle.
Yes.
It's
Don't look at me.
You in this puddle too?
no, it didn't creep to his side yet.
Lucky for him, yeah. No, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's so many things that you're just constantly worrying about. And then there's so many stigmas around so many things. Like, oh, are you going to give your baby formula?
Yeah.
Oh, are you not going to give your baby formula? It's like, yo, what do you, like,
What's good?
What's the answer?
Yeah. And there's nothing. There's really no good answer. And I think that's another reason for mom guilt, right? The comparison. And like, I'm very, very sensitive on how I approach motherhood. Because I, for one, am trying to find my own journey. But then also, like, when my friends are struggling, I'm like, do I give a tidbit? Should I say what works for me? Should I not say what works for me? Because then it's just like, I don't want to come off as like
Like a know-it-all or something like that?
and even that, like, I want to respect your style,
okay,
your mothering
right.
style.
Sometimes
And
there are people who are kind of abrasive. Like, you'll say, like, sometimes you'll say that you do something, and certain people will be like,
That's not the way to do
do
it."
that?
I definitely did that with the chiropractor. Shakira
Yes.
told me, and I was like, I was like, I've never heard of that, but I'm willing to learn. I was like, please tell me.
Wait, what?
I bring Micah to a chiropractor.
Oh, like the crack is back?
They
And
don't crack
that's the
anything
thing. The
'cause he's a
immediate
baby.
association with
Yes.
chiropractor is that.
Because
Stretch
he's a
him
baby.
out.
Yeah, they just essentially stress them out because
Oh.
essentially they're like, there's a lot of tension when you are.
So he just
Thrust
stretches
into the world.
Stretches little limbs.
Yeah, they just like stretch him, and they also notice if there's tension in places. It helps babies to latch because sometimes there's tension on different parts of their neck, so it helps them like stretch out, whatever. Blah blah.
I'm
blah,
gonna
blah,
do
blah.
that.
I'm
I need to
also
go
I
to
like
like
that. I like
chiropractor.
that tidbit.
I'm also like a
I'm
hippy
gonna
dippy
write
person.
that down in my like when I have kids list.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Chiropractor.
I appreciate it, and I feel like, again, I have a generally tough skin, so like I'm kind of a like suck my kind of person. Like, I don't really give a
Yo,
fuck.
that's the way you gotta live.
Yeah, like, I don't really give a fuck. But with mothering, it's like I kind of give a fuck because like I don't really know what I'm doing, and this thing is here. Like,
Yeah, listen,
you better take care of me.
bro.
This thing is
the,
here.
the kid
It's
is
here.
breathing. The kid is alive.
Yeah.
Job well done.
I think he may be addicted to television, but that's a story for another time.
Listen,
And like, so to me, it's
One
just
day at a time.
survival.
Yeah.
Every day is a new day to survive as a parent.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is scary.
it is. It's very terrifying.
And I feel like people should know.
They should, and I'm very
But here's the
honest.
thing, I have a lot of friends who are very honest about the journey of mothering and how difficult it is, right? And when I had my child, I was surprised by how hard it was. Because I feel like I've done hard things. I took the bar, took the LSAT. I'm a lawyer.
Like tests.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like.
I mean, I think if it's hard to understand these tests when you're not
when you
in
don't
it.
take, because
The-
it's
I
like
think this-
it takes a
the-
certain amount of taking away life.
Okay,
and
okay,
focus
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah. I
whatever.
get that.
And like pledging, like all these things. Becoming a member of an organization. Yes, all these things that are like difficult, that require a lot of studying and time and a lack of autonomy in a way. But they ain't nothing like.
So question.
Nothing like,
all right, so
ain't
Booker,
nothing.
what do you feel as a dad, being that you don't have like quote unquote as much responsibility
I don't know if I would say that.
as the father? Like, do you just like
What's your role?
Yeah, like you
For
just
my personal nucleus, what's my role?
right.
I mean, let me tell you, at this wedding, I was
Nah.
absent.
Nah, I think
Mama Joe was gone. So, Mr. Booker here was in active dad mode.
I'm always an active dad. And when Shakira mentioned like not being home, to put the baby to bed, blah blah, stuff like that. That I feel like, I don't know if that's every dad feels that way, but I feel that way too. Like if I come home and my daughter's asleep already,
You feel like you
I
missed
feel
out.
some type of way.
Just wake her
On
up.
the other hand,
And
If
put
I
her
go
back
home
to
and
sleep.
she's awake, I'm like, damn.
yes.
See, I get it.
When I open the door and she's like, "Daddy," I'm
He's like,
like,
damn. Like if he was asleep, that wouldn't be so bad.
yeah. So it goes both ways. But like, my role, I don't know. I'm just
You're just a support system.
I support. I'm hands on. I'm in it. You know
Encourage.
what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah, so my husband, especially in the beginning, because people kept telling me in order to make milk, I had to sleep. It's like the whole process is counterintuitive
It's
to
so,
success.
it's
Because
just
you
like,
have to sleep.
You have to
make
drink
milk,
water
but
and
then
you have to
be
eat,
up.
right?
Yeah.
But you have to beat the child's up every 2 hours.
exactly.
When am I sleeping? If I'm sleeping, I'm not drinking water or eating because I'm living in these little weird gaps. So it's
Yeah.
like the whole thing is counter. So now I wake up to pump still.
Right.
And my husband, if the baby wakes up, he's the one
He's
who gets
on.
up.
Got you.
Because he's like, you got to get up in an hour or you just came back from pumping and you got to get up again. So I'm going to get up and get the baby back to sleep. And he does a lot
Teamwork.
of stuff. Like he'll make breakfast. He'll make sure my water bottle's full and I'm drinking water.
It's a great guy you have.
Yeah.
He gets by. It's not good.
Nah, he's a man. He's a man.
Um,
Salute to him.
And I know
Salute that
Booker.
man.
Yes.
And I feel like Booker is a good dad too. Like he's very, hands on. He's doing the things because not everybody's like that. Like,
Yeah,
there are
I've
a
heard,
lot
like,
of
people-
who.
All right, another question, maybe a personal question, but have you ever, as the moms, came across a time where you like had like a meltdown or a breakdown, and then
Daily?
for the dad, like what do you do in that situation too? Like, do you just like
It's a tough one.
Nah, I mean, I think as a dad, if my wife is having a breakdown, I don't think that's when you ask me like what my role is. I really don't have a role. I just
Adapting.
do whatever.
you
it
just
needs-
fill in the blank kind of?
whatever needs to be done is what I
Right.
do.
Gotcha.
So whether that mean me taking a lead or me taking a back seat or me just being a support system, me taking my daughter,
Multifaceted, hell yeah.
me taking my daughter out of a room for a few hours so my wife can take a nap or do whatever or do work or whatever. That's what I do. You know what I mean? And I
like
think that goes a long way, hopefully. And but yeah, that's all.
And that's the thing, man. Like, it's tiring to be so emotional.
Yeah.
Like, I myself hate crying, but I feel like ever since I became a mother, it's just, especially that postpartum period when, like, everything is just, I think
Hypersensitive.
oh
the
my
first month I
goodness.
cried every other day.
Oh, man.
It was.
I don't do well with crying though.
Oh,
You-
you're going to
you
have
got
to,
And this
bro.
is probably the worst crying ever because your
Yes.
baby's crying,
I
your
would just
woman's
stare at you. I'm like,
crying.
yo, what's going on right now?
Nah, there'll be times I'll just be like, I'm gonna just take the baby.
Yeah,
and go that
I'm
way.
just gonna scramble. I'm just like, we just gonna go for a walk or something.
Hopefully you can pull it together. I'll give you as much time as you need.
No, I remember Andre said something like very. It
Blah,
was
like-
blah, and I took it so personal.
Oh,
and
God,
I'm just
the
like,
hormones?
oh my gosh.
I forgot what it was, but it was just like it was so bizarre, so bizarre.
And I'm just
I'm
like,
like-
wait, what
I'm like-
did I say? I was like, I just told you what you said, and I'm just
And, yeah,
bawling, bro.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
crazy.
I'm just like,
It's also like it's hormones, the sleep deprivation. It's general just anxiety.
Yeah.
I heard it's better after your second one, but I don't know.
So you have to have 2 to get over?
I mean, you know how bad it is,
Yeah.
so you kind of are
like
mentally prepared.
Okay,
and you manage
And
your
I've heard
expectations.
that your body is also like, oh yeah, we did this.
Oh, we did
so
this before,
like, I know. Okay, I'm gonna make this milk. Okay, I'm gonna just move over and do whatever. Whereas the first time, your body's like, who the f- is this? And what's going on?
Yeah.
So
That
that's
makes
what I've
sense.
heard. Again, I only have one, so
So just have another one.
I don't think that is what it means.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
have it
it's-
like quickly, like just.
Oh no,
I
and I hate
also
those
don't
comments
think-
too.
Yeah, like what?
When's the next one?
Ain't nothing like having a 3-week-old child. Like, when you guys have your next baby? My insides are almost my outsides.
They are.
So
It was
I
probably
think I'm
actually
gonna,
outside too at one point.
I think
Heal.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
heal.
Yes.
And then like go.
Well, you
from
both
there.
are doing an excellent job.
Yes,
you.
yes.
Marvelous. Like
Thanks.
you are a beacon of hope and light for all other mothers out there.
Joanne has an amazing child, so that's definitely true.
Thanks.
My child is still a
No,
bop.
he's has
Nah,
personality and he's so freaking cute.
I mean, he watches TV.
Yeah, I think. All right, so real quick, 2 things. One, the whole TV thing. Well, who
Yeah,
cares?
I'm like, I don't know. about
Like
it.
technology is the way of the future. He's already got a head start.
And it's also like he FaceTimes with my parents, so it's like the screen thing is hard to be like
Yeah.
no screen.
Yeah,
Right.
he'll be alright. He'll actually be ahead of everybody else.
I mean, he probably just wear glasses, but it's
I think
That
he
is
watches
not
from a
this,
distance.
oh, okay.
I hope. I
Oh,
don't
Yeah,
know.
man.
Yeah, sure.
You have a tin on the screen. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Right. I seen that.
But also with the mom guilt thing, keep doing what you're doing. Nobody cares. Well, people care, but
But
You
it's
shouldn't
not. It's
care
not
what
the
people think.
people. It's us.
you shouldn't
It's
care what
them.
people think.
That's true.
It's
Do
internal.
what you gotta do.
It's internal.
That's what I'm saying. It's internalized. It's not like, yeah, some of it, like some of the reasons are external pressures, but it's definitely our internalization process of
But I
what
feel
we
like it's
think motherhood should be.
It's also ambition. Like being an
Yeah.
ambitious person
It's
is. I feel like the
It's like
older I get, the
counterproductive,
more
right.
treacherous it gets.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
now it's like I still want to be everything I wanted to be. I still want to have a career. I still want to make bread. And now I feel like I have to make more money because the child needs whatever. But it's also like I also want to be an amazing mom. Like I want my
Yes.
kid to be like, yeah, my mom was popping.
Exactly.
But it's just like, how many things can I be?
Yeah, that's
You can
true.
do it.
We'll see.
And that's
do
the thing, right? Like ever since
You
again,
can do it too.
I went to
You're doing it.
You
You both are doing it.
yes, trying like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ever since I went to Millennial and
that,
Debt,
that was good. That's like support. I was doing it like that.
I mean, you're still a little judgy in between these
little bit?
conversations,
All right,
but
cool.
we'll work on it.
It's a start.
But yeah, ever since I went to Millennial and Debt's career panel, like over 12 years ago, or whatever that was, right? This thought process of legacy, right? So the legacy was just for me, but now it's just like, what's the legacy for my daughter? And one of my IG posts, I said, I want people to say, I want Val to say, do you know who my mother is? Right? Like, I want like that level of legacy for her, right? Like now it's just not about me. It's about our offspring.
Yeah.
But there are some affirmations that we can practice.
Yes, please start.
To overcome our mom guilt. I got these from Mama Bird blog. And they go something like this. It's, I matter. I am worthy of good things. I am strong. I am loved. I love myself. I am a good mom already because I love my kids. I forgive myself of my failures. God has called me to motherhood through him. I can do all things. And it's not my job to be perfect, but to show my kids grace and forgiveness. That's
All facts.
That's an
Yeah.
important one.
Yes.
That's a good one.
I
I
like
agree.
Yeah.
It sounds good to me.
So, going along the Mother's Day theme, in episode 5, we assigned the random act of kindness of sending flowers to a nursing home. So we're going to do a 2-for-1, just an update of our flowers. We're sending flowers to a local nursing home
We are.
in New York City. One of our listeners, her mom is a nurse there, so she's going to organize a little Mother's Day thing on our behalf and give them the flowers that we
Look
are
at
ordering
us
for them.
Making a change.
like
So send us
Being
your
the change.
videos and your posts of, how you've been applying the random acts of kindness. So for this episode, since we kind of started, in the spirit of entrepreneurship, we are going to take the time to write a great online review for a business you love.
We are?
Yes. And especially, since we're out shopping for our mothers and stuff, if it's a small, minority owned business or a small shop, make sure you
So I
drop them
can't write
comments.
like a review for like Bird Off.
No, they don't need our reviews.
Okay.
You're still gonna go in there if it's trash, anyways.
I mean, if I buy something for my mom there, I'm just giving her a review, but
No.
You
small
should try
business.
to also add something from a Black-owned business.
Yes, exactly. Shakira does a
a
great
great
job
idea.
in gifting stuff from small businesses and Black-owned
I try my
businesses.
best.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that. I can
Okay.
do that.
All right,
There's a couple
folks.
Black-owned bag-making brands outside of Telfar that I could also.
Brandon
Yes,
Blackwood
please.
too.
Send them.
Yes,
I want my mom to be hip with Black-owned merch.
that's right.
It's a fact.
All right, kind folks. So this is a wrap for episode 7. Thank you for joining us. Happy Mother's Day to those.
Happy
of our
Mother's Day.
listeners
Happy Mother's Day.
who
Mother's
are
Day.
blessed with the title
Shout out
of
everybody
mother.
who's spending Mother's Day with their moms.
And
Yeah.
shout out to everybody who's spending Mother's Day without their moms.
Yes.
Yeah.
DJ Critical.
Dang. All right. On that note,
Probably me
lovely
too.
folks, you stay safe. You be well. We will chat soon.
See ya.